Pete Rose, baseball's own box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. He's a mix of legendary triumphs and tabloid-worthy tales. Imagine winning 3 World Series, clinching batting titles like they're going out of style, and making more All-Star appearances than there are seasons of Friends. Yet, with a resume like that, he's been left on the Hall of Fame's doorstep, ringing the bell but never getting invited in. But Pete's life isn't just a series of swings and hits. It's more like a season of reality TV, where every episode brings a new twist. From accusations of record-breaking under shady circumstances to an alleged stint in the shadowy corners of drug dealing. And let's not even start on the love-life drama that could rival any soap opera. Add to that a notorious collision that ended a fellow player's career and an autograph scandal, and you've got the makings of a prime-time special. Despite all that, Pete Rose is like the Mick Jagger of baseball, living large and loud. He's got a place in the WWE Hall of Fame, which is about as far from baseball diamond as you can get without leaving sports entirely. He's hit reality TV, managed a team while playing for it, and signed contracts that made history, all while playing with a hustle that could tire out a marathon runner. Now about that jail time, let's just say Pete's life outside the lines has been as eventful as his time on the base paths. And the infamous '89 fallout with baseball that got him benched for life? That's drama worthy of Shakespeare, only with more baseball caps and less iambic pentameter. Flash forward and there's Pete at 59, stepping into the wrestling ring of fame, because why not? Off the field, his life's been a carousel of unique choices, from reality TV shenanigans to charging big bucks for dinner, minus the cost of your meal of course. And his stint with Fox Sports? Well, that ended with a scandal that knocked even his own notorious past out of the park. But peel back the layers of controversy and there's a backstory straight out of a Hollywood underdog movie. Pete wasn't the golden boy of baseball from the get-go. He was more like the little engine that could. Fueled by pure passion and a work ethic that made up for what he lacked in natural prowess. His dad was like the original helicopter parent, but for sports, ensuring Pete's focus stayed on the ball and not on the silver screen. And that dedication paid off, propelling him from local leagues to the major league spotlight, proving that hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. In the world of baseball, Pete Rose is a living legend, wrapped in mystery, dipped in controversy, but still undeniably one of the greats. You see, a scout's report on Rose reads like a bad Yelp review. Can't hit, can't throw, can't field. But wait for it, the guy could hustle like no one's business. Thanks to his uncle's passionate plea and door-smashing enthusiasm, Pete lands a deal with the Reds, armed with little more than grit and a fib about his age. Wait a few years and Rose transforms from an error-prone newbie to a batting sensation, all while living a life that sitcom writers would kill for. Imagine being a grown man, a professional baseball player, and you're still living at home, sharing bunk beds with your little bro. Then on the field, he's a whirlwind of energy, sprinting like he's stolen something and diving around like he's allergic to standing up. Whitey Ford spots him and sarcastically nicknames him Charlie Hustle. Pete, missing the sarcasm entirely, adopts the nickname like a new superhero identity. Despite his relentless energy, some of the Reds' old guard aren't thrilled, icing him out for being too good too fast. But Pete finds his squad among the team's black players, breaking unwritten rules and stirring the pot without a care in the world. Then boom, he flips his script from zero to hero, snatching the Rookie of the Year title. Pete Rose's life off the field? Even more bonkers. Picture a guy so iconic, he's got a painting of himself as a cherubic nude baby over his fireplace. His love life? A map of the National League. Drama peaks when his wife confronts one of his many admirers mid-game in a necklace tug-of-war drama worthy of a telenovela. From humble beginnings to the stuff of tabloids, Pete Rose's life is a wild ride from start to finish, on and off the diamond. Meanwhile, Rose was crafting his legend on the diamond. From 1965, he was an all-star 16 out of 18 years, showing off his skills in 5 different positions, with the batting average soaring over .315 and leading in hits for 7 seasons. He wasn't just a baseball player, he was a brand ambassador for everything, from Aqua Velva to Atari, and even had his own chocolate drink and energy bar. Playboy featured him spilling the beans on using amphetamines, a confession not many other players were lining up to make. But Rose wasn't just about the hustle, he was also about the bustle, getting into notorious scuffles with both players and umpires. The most infamous was the 1970 All-Star Game collision with Ray Fosse, which had long-lasting repercussions for Fosse. Despite Rose claiming it was all for his dad's pride, their relationship chilled to the point where Fosse avoided signing events with Rose. Rose found himself in the heart of a storm again in the 1973 NLCS, turning a slide into Mets' Bud Harrelson into a full-on brawl, triggering a fan uprising that nearly turned the game into a forfeit. Life on the field kept him on his toes, dodging everything from crutches to paper clips. His temper flared up with umpire Dave Poloni in 1988, leading to a wild field trashing episode by fans and earning Rose a record suspension for a manager. This incident spiraled into accusations of betting and even self-inflicted eye injuries to support his claims. Now, if you think Pete's life is as wild as a ballpark hot dog, hit that like button like it's a home run. And if you love stories that zigzag more than Pete rounding the bases, smash that subscribe. Let's keep rolling. Trust me, it only gets crazier from here. Let's dial back to 1969 when Morgana, the Kissing Bandit, made Rose her first baseball kiss conquest. Their bizarre encounter transitioned into an even stranger night, with Rose giving her roses at a strip club. Morgana's lips didn't stop there. She continued her kissing spree with 37 more players, becoming a peculiar footnote in baseball lore. Rose's life took another odd turn when he met 19-year-old Tommy Gioza, transforming the young baseball enthusiast into a mini-me, complete with matching haircut and batting stance. Gioza's role evolved from baseball buddy to personal assistant, handling everything from airport pickups to household errands, embodying the surreal life orbiting around Pete Rose. While Pete was busy racking up accolades and setting records, little did he know that his buddy Gioza would steer his life off course, landing Gioza in the slammer. But before that drama unfolded, Pete was busy being a baseball phenom, nabbing World Series wins in 75 and 76, and breaking the 3,000 hit milestone while basically becoming the Energizer Bunny of baseball. The drama kicked up a notch in 79 when the Reds balked at shelling out $400,000 yearly, painting Pete as Mr. Grady in full-page newspaper ads. Fans, armed with bake sale enthusiasm, tried to fund his contract. Rose, meanwhile, played hard to get, with offers flooding in from the Braves, Pirates, and even a Japanese team. But he chose the Phillies for a whopping $3.2 million, believing they were his golden ticket to another series win. And bingo, he was right in 1980. His Philly stint had a movie moment when he supposedly broke the hit record, fireworks and all, only for the hit to be declared an error. Plot twist, he actually did break the record later that game and even snagged a presidential phone call. After a brief Canadian holiday in Montreal, he was back with the Reds, morphing from veteran player to rookie manager mid-season. Rose wasn't just hanging up his cleats, he practically wore them out, becoming player-manager and snagging yet another All-Star nod at 45. In a Hollywood-worthy scene, Rose stood one hit shy of the all-time record, layering undershirts like he was about to trek Antarctica, quipping about future eBay sales. Then boom, hit 4,192 landed, triggering a celebration that probably made New Year's in Times Square look tame. However, a historical hiccup meant he actually shattered Ty Cobb's record 3 days earlier than everyone thought. Fast forward and Rose's world started to crumble. Enter stage left, Tommy Gioza, once the protege, now embroiled in a cocaine and betting scandal dragging Pete down with him. Police sniffing around another associate stumbled upon betting slips leading back to Rose, sparking a Sports Illustrated expose and a Major League Baseball deep dive into Rose's betting habits. The plot thickened with claims of Pete dropping thousands daily on games, even supposedly getting in-game updates via ballpark pantomime. Debts piled up and dark threats surfaced, painting Rose not just as a gambling man, but a desperate one, towing dangerous lines. John Dowd, MLB's Sherlock, hinted that Rose might have bet against his own team, a claim hotter than a fastball, but never officially pitched into the report. Despite the swirling storm, Rose played the denial card, managing through the investigations like they were just minor league distractions. But in '89, the game changed. Rose, perhaps in a bid to save some face or avoid a full-on MLB strikeout, signed an agreement that benched him from baseball for good, all the while sticking to his "I never bet on baseball" storyline. Welcome to the roller coaster life of Pete Rose, folks, where baseball and betting blurred in a spectacular, if not notorious, career slide. he was all set, thinking Commissioner Giamatti might give him a second chance if he turned over a new leaf. Giamatti even hinted Rose would hit the Hall of Fame ballot once eligible. But plot twist, Giamatti left the building, so to speak, just 8 days later, and his successor, Faye Vincent, was not on Team Rose, pushing the Hall to vote against band players, effectively sidelining Pete. Meanwhile, Pete was playing guest star in a prison drama thanks to the IRS busting him for not reporting income from signing sessions and memorabilia sales. And oh, the time he won $47,000 on the horses but had his buddy Gioza, who was more like a walking bad decision, claim it to dodge taxes. The price? Rose got a 5-month timeout in the clink, while Gioza got a 5-year extended stay. Gioza, now doubling as the Judas in the saga, claimed Rose was dipping his toes in drug trafficking and even taught him the fine art of fake signing. The cherry on top, Gioza threw out the accusation that Rose corked his bats, aiming to add a bit of pop to its hits. Fast forward to 2010, and some of Rose's bats are found with more cork than a wine cellar, yet Pete still waves off the corking claims. Despite being MLB's persona non grata, Rose's memorabilia still gets VIP treatment in Cooperstown with a hefty display. He's even made it into the Reds Hall of Fame, and his number's been put to bed for good in Cincinnati. He scored a gig as a Fox Sports analyst until a scandal from the 70s caught up with him, making him a persona non grata in the broadcasting world too. Yet, through all the mess and mayhem, Pete's legend endures. He's the king of merchandise sales, a casino circuit regular, and even hosts a betting podcast, proving that in America, you can pretty much monetize anything, including infamy. Despite the batting, betting, and beyond, Rose's on-field hustle keeps his fan base rooting for a Hall of Fame nod that looks increasingly like a pipe dream with each passing commissioner. But hey, in the world of Pete Rose, it's always been more about the run than the finish line. If you enjoyed this insane story through baseball history, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and slide into our next video.